A little boy falls asleep on his mother's chest. She kisses his forehead and whispers, "I will always protect you, my love." For years, she does that. She wipes away the tears. She scares away the monsters. She teaches him how to walk, how to ride a bicycle, how to become a man. Then, one day, he introduces her to the woman that he loves. She smiles, she hugs her, and she says, "Welcome to the family." And everyone believes that that's exactly what she means. Because sometimes the hardest emotions to recognize are the ones hiding behind a smile. She thought she was raising a son, but she never imagined she would one day have to share him. This is Sombrate. Sometimes what we witness is only the surface. The real story lives beneath. At first, nothing feels unusual. A Sunday dinner, a birthday celebration, a family vacation. Life continues, just as it always has, until small things began to change. A joke that doesn't feel like a joke. "He used to like my cooking better." Everyone laughs except one person, because somehow it didn't sound funny. Then another moment, his phone is lighting up. Mom is calling. He answers, "I'll be right back. It's only gonna take 1 minute." 15 minutes later, dinner is cold. His wife smiles. She says it's fine. But a question quietly enters her mind. Will there ever be room for me? The comments become more and more frequent. "You have changed. You never visit me anymore. She doesn't know you the way I do." None of those words sound dangerous. None on their own. That's the strange thing about control. It rarely arrives all at once. It arrives one small moment at a time. The new wife believes she's gaining a second mother, someone to ask for advice, someone to celebrate birthdays with, someone who might love her. Simply because she loves her son, she never imagines she's stepping into a quiet competition for someone else's place in his heart. Most people think possession begins with jealousy. But sometimes it begins with fear. The fear of being replaced. The fear of becoming unnecessary. The fear of watching someone who once needed you build a life that no longer depends on you. And fear can wear a very, very convincing disguise. Sometimes it calls itself protection. Sometimes it calls itself sacrifice. Sometimes it calls itself love. There are families that learn to grow through this change. There are families that slowly drift apart. And then there are stories that leave everyone asking, how did it get this far? Years ago, one family became the center of headlines across the country. People argue about who was right, who was wrong, who was to blame. But beneath all of the headlines, there was a quieter question, one we don't often ask enough. How do you let go? How do you let go of the person who was once your entire world? Because maybe, just maybe, the greatest act of love is not holding on. Maybe it's learning when to open your arms. Tonight, don't think about villains. Don't think about heroes. Think about the people you love and ask yourself, am I giving them the freedom to become who they're meant to be? Or without realizing it, Am I asking them to remain the person I need them to be? Every story has a surface, but the real story lives beneath it.